Around 121 Yemeni fishermen were released yesterday after 3 months detention in Eritrea. This report has more details.
121 Yemeni fishermen, including children and elders, arrived to the coastal city of Al-Khoukha. They have been kidnapped by the Eritrean Coast Guard in Yemeni territorial waters, in a repeated violation of Yemeni sovereignty, taking advantage of the war situation in Yemen.
We
thank God we arrived to our Yemeni land. We've been detained in the Eritrean prison for 3 months. They have tortured us and forced us to work and build huge fences from rocks and stones. If such a thing happened during the rule of Ali Abdullah Saleh, we wouldn't have spent 24 hours in prison. We would have got our boats back or pay a fine and get out immediately.
These fishermen were subjected to the most severe types of abuse, such as the confiscation of boats and property and psychological and physical torture, not to mention the hard work that they are forced to fabricate while they are detained in Eritrean prisons. All these abuses Yemeni fishermen are exposed to while taking risks on the fishing trip in search of a living.
We were 21 Yemenis there. We were treated in an extremely bad way. They forced us to work really hard from the early morning till 6 p.m. They kept giving us a lot of tasks and work to do, no matter how tired or exhausted we were. Whenever we say anything, they tell us that our godfather Ali Abdullah Saleh died and we are now without any protection. Sometimes they give us food, other times they don't.
They arrived to their lands after a journey of detention that lasted for more than a year, during which they experienced great sufferings. They claim for compensation for the losses and the confiscation of the boats by the Eritrean authorities is the only demand that the returning fishermen call for, and they appeal to the legitimate government to intervene and put an end to the Eritrean violations against the Yemeni fishermen. Recently, the Eritrean Coast Guard forces have persisted in crossing the maritime and international borders and committing flagrant violations against Yemeni fishermen without any justification and arbitrarily detaining them from time to time without taking into account the right of neighborhood. Since 2017, the Eritrean Navy has confiscated 900 fishing boats along with their tools and has arrested nearly 5,000 fishermen. During their detention, they were subjected to hard labor and torture, in addition to direct fire which led to the death of some of them.